Did you ever dream of having a big adventure? All my life I've dreamed of seeing America. The time was right and the opportunity came. Packed up the car and head off on a journey to see America. All of it. 5 months and 20,000 miles later, I visited all 48 states, saw lots of beautiful things, including big cities, small towns, world class museums, and lots of castles. This is my journey. Travel along with me on this adventure I call Seeing Medieval America. And in this video, we travel to North Carolina and to two different spots. A Raleigh-Durham area, which is kind of central eastern, and Asheville, which is on the west. We're going to see Duke Chapel and the famous Biltmore Castle, or sometimes it's called the Biltmore Building, Biltmore Hotel. I really like North Carolina. It's a beautiful state. It's very green and lush. A lot of different types of farmlands and very hilly terrain everywhere. There's plenty of forest, and you can see here the I don't know what those are called, rolls of hay. I call them jelly rolls, but they're rolls, bales of hay being harvested there on the right. See those? See them? It's kind of cool. But yeah, North Carolina is very beautiful. I enjoyed my stay there. But first, we're going to look at something called Duke Chapel. It's on the Duke University campus, and it is a beautiful building. Now, one of the most interesting things about this chapel is that it is built from Duke bluestone that's directly from North Carolina. It's also known as Hillsborough Hillstone, and they have a quarry there. And it's actually, that's all one stone, all those different colors. It just comes in 17 different color grades. That's pretty amazing. It gives the chapel quite a unique look. Also, some of that is Indiana limestone. And we're going to see more of the Indiana limestone inside here. See that? Indiana limestone. The chapel itself holds 1,500 people. And the interior there around this window, you can see that. That is lined with Guastavino tile. That's a special acoustic tile that's a blend of stones. Really interesting and beautiful chapel. I don't know why they call it a chapel. It's an outright cathedral. But it was built by James Buchanan Duke. He was a tobacco magnate. And the chapel was built between 1930 and 1935 in the neo-Gothic style. Sometimes it's called the collegiate Gothic style. And see this area? Now let's take a look at a video real quick before we leave Duke Chapel. That is the chancel we were just looking at. I am standing in a place called the Crossing, and that there where all the pews are is the nave. Just a beautiful, beautiful cathedral, although they call it the chapel. So that's it. That's Duke Chapel in Durham, North Carolina. Next, we're going to go on to a place called a famous castle in America called the Biltmore. And a couple of things really struck me about this place is, let's take a look here. One more look. See, isn't that beautiful? But as we approach it here, I wanted to show you that they really did this really, really well. It was opened in 1895, so it's been around a long time, and it's still family owned and run. And it's well run and well maintained and well preserved. But here, just like a proper castle grounds, we're going to enter the gatehouse.
Biltmore,
See that?
North Carolina.
That's the gatehouse. And the thing that struck me really, really about this is there are miles of land. I don't know how much land they have. They have a lot of land around the castle, and it's all beautifully manicured. There are little spots with little waterfalls and little brooks, and you just drive from point to point is 2 to 5 miles. And you're on the grounds, and there's plenty of places you can stop and enjoy yourself and have a little picnic, go for a walk. And that really struck me about the Biltmore. It's really quite beautiful. It's just really well done. And it goes kind of hand in hand with the fact that the Biltmore is very proud, and rightly so, of all the various gardens. I am at the Biltmore, and it's in or near Asheville, North Carolina.
See that glass sculpture? I was in another castle where they had one just like it except smaller. I'm willing to bet it's the same artist. We're gonna go in and take a look. It's a beautiful day.
There's my ticket. And when you enter, there's more chihuly glass. See it? That's beautiful in the foyer. Really quite a beautiful display. And I've seen chihuly now in several places around America. But very, very Great Gatsby-ish kind of interior, very wealthy, what you think of with the wealthy from the 1920s and the 1930s. You know, all the various rooms are still perfectly preserved, and you can take a tour. And this is probably one of my favorite parts of that is this loggia. A loggia is a covered area on the side of a building or a castle or a home that has columns, so you can stand there and look out on the landscape or look out. It's really, really beautiful. Imagine parties being held there; it'd just be wonderful. People having drinks and eating. But and in the castle, they have a lot of artwork. And I think this is Mont Saint Michel in France, but I'm not sure. But anyway, my favorite part of the castle probably might be the stone corridor. That's it, just a stone corridor. And my suspicion is that this also is the stone here is Hillborough Hillstone too, the Duke Bluestone. That's locally sourced from North Carolina, but I don't know that for a fact. But this is very dungeon-esque, very old-fashioned castle-ish. But beautiful castle. The Biltmore is lovely. They have a winery. Um, they have restaurants and a winery, and you can have wine tastings. And look at this. That's on the day I was at the Biltmore, I got that rainbow. Isn't that beautiful? So let's finish our look at the Biltmore by just taking a quick peek at some pictures of the gardens, and they're really quite spectacular. They have a rose garden, an azalea garden, a spring garden, an Italian garden, and there's some more chihuly glass. There's more chihuly, and they even have a conservatory, which is really, really quite magnificent. It's like a greenhouse or a hothouse with some exotic plants in it. So listen, I'm traveling all around America, visiting all 48 states. There's the map, and seeing particularly castles like this one that's in an upcoming video. Won't be the next video, but this is an upcoming real castle somebody built all by himself. And I'm having a lot of fun. If you want to follow along in the adventure, give me a thumbs up. It helps. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Make sure you hit that little bell button because that way you get notified when I post a new video. It's a little YouTube bell. And also think about visiting my website, checking some stuff out. I have 10 books. Maybe you want to buy a book, or maybe you want to support me on Patreon. That'd be really very much appreciated. I really like that. Well, anyway, thank you.